Around this time every day, this anxiety would kick in. Sometimes I remember it being worse where my heart would just start beating super fast. So at this point, I'm getting super discouraged and I just kind of let go. Not in like a, God, I'm giving this to you type thing, but more in like a, dude, this isn't working. I'm just gonna stop trying to fix this at all. There is a huge problem that people deal with. They go day after day for years trying to mask this deep void that is always there. You go hang out with friends and everything seems relatively fine until you get home and you feel horrible. You're stressed out from work, you're stressed out from just life in general, and your mind is always telling you what you need to work on, what you're doing wrong. But as soon as that problem's gone, another one will come up. So you spend your entire life running in this race as fast as you can, not realizing that it doesn't lead to anywhere. Welcome back, my name's Hayden, and today we are going over a huge problem in the world and in the lives of Christians, that being depression, anxiety, stress. And I put them all into the same group because even though they feel different, they're all tools used by the enemy, whether it's from something that happened. Maybe a close family member died recently, so you've just been in this state of depression, or you're stressed out from your job, but you overcome all of them the same way. Actually, the same thing happened to me a while back. I was doing fine. I was studying the word. I had friends. Nothing was really wrong. But I started to notice around 4 or 5 o'clock, I would get this weird feeling. But over a month, it grew pretty quickly. And so around the same time every day, I would get this feeling of my mind almost being blinded. I was always trying to feel better. But once that feeling passed, it would get worse. Then it became anxiety too. When I would get this sense of depression, it would come with this anxiety to it. And the whole time, these feelings weren't about anything, but they were a tactic that the enemy knew could get me to forget about my place in Christ. So around this time every day, this anxiety would kick in. Sometimes I remember it being worse where my heart would just start beating super fast and I had to go upstairs and just walk around my house for 15 minutes. I would go to sleep feeling it and then wake up and feel the same and then go to work and listen to the Bible because I knew the answer. And it would make me feel better for a little bit of time before this depression kicked in. So at this point, you see I have a general answer, but the focus is still on me, what I need to do to make myself feel better. And it wasn't like I was blaming God or anything. I knew what this was and why it was there, but I was still in this works-based mindset of thinking I needed to renew my mind to all these scriptures so I can open up myself to receive what he paid for. And yeah, that's true, but the problem was it was all about me. It wasn't about the scriptures. It wasn't about what Jesus did. It was me subconsciously thinking that the way forward was to free myself through becoming more spiritual. So at this point, I'm getting super discouraged and I just kind of let go. Not in like a, God, I'm giving this to you type thing, which is what I honestly should have done, but more in like a, dude, this isn't working. I'm just gonna stop trying to fix this at all and hope that something happens. And over that 2-week period, God began to show me things. And it just started with him showing me that this was very small in the scheme of things, and that the story would actually end up helping other people. So just that alone installed a little bit of hope in me. And then he began to help change my mindset so that I could actually focus on the truth of Jesus on the cross, becoming who I was so I could become like him. And when I understood that these feelings of depression and anxiety were just these emotions that meant absolutely nothing, and who I was had nothing to do with that, it helped me to really not care when this came. And so for the next 4 months, I would begin to meditate on scriptures, and I still felt the same. Sometimes it still felt worse, and then other days it would get better. But through focusing on these scriptures, I was able to separate myself from these emotions that I felt, to be like, no, that's not who I am. And over the course of those months, it slowly went away until one day I realized it was gone. But the one thing you need to realize is when you feel this way and then you know you have to renew your mind, you have to pay attention to what you're actually thinking about. Are you thinking, I'm feeling this way, I need to fix it by reading the Bible and becoming more spiritual? Or are you understanding that this feeling contradicts what Jesus said he paid for, so you are going to renew your mind to those truths so that they can influence you more than how you feel? But if at the end of the day it's still about you, then what you did meant nothing. Jesus' purpose was to become what we were so that we could resurrect with him and be just like him. Thanks so much for watching this video, and if you did enjoy it, make sure to check out the channel and see all the other content just like this one.